In this video, we'll see Ryan, the project manager, demonstrate 4 ways to manage resources on our truck drivetrain project. In the first example, Ryan will adjust the workload of Mario and Roman to reduce the risk of resource overruns and project schedule delays. Ryan is looking for any tasks that are behind schedule or already late. When Ryan finds the late tasks, he evaluates the resource allocation and effort to help determine any project risks. Ryan immediately sees Mario is assigned to a task called drawings that is 1 day late and only 50% complete. This task deadline is flexible, so Ryan extends the due date. Now Mario's workload appears overutilized. Notice the critical task called brake system is behind schedule too, and it's only 50% complete as well. Ryan decides to allocate more of Roman's time to the brake system task to lighten Mario's workload. Observe, Roman's new allocation is 50% and Mario's is 25% for the brake system task. It's easy to see that Mario is also assigned to help Anand with the FEA simulation on another project. Ryan is the PM on the other project too. He looks at the deadlines of the FEA simulation task. Ryan expands the other project schedule and uses the search feature and locates the FEA simulation task quickly. The due date for this task is the same as the brake system and drawings task. Ryan decides to extend the due date of the FEA simulation task by 1 week because it's not as urgent as the tasks on the drivetrain project. Now, Roman and Mario's workload is balanced. And Ryan knows that urgent tasks will be done on time, less critical tasks' due dates are extended, and overtime isn't needed. Now, we'll look at the second way to manage resources, utilization. Another project manager has asked Ryan for extra design engineers in the 4th quarter. Ryan will determine if he can share any of his resources to help the other PM. By pulling a resource loading report, Ryan can see the percentage of scheduled utilization on a weekly, monthly, or quarterly basis. Based on this report, he can share some of his resources and determines James is the ideal candidate to support the other project. The third way to manage resources is with timesheets. Notice how Roman enters his effort. Timesheets are critical for the project manager to compare planned versus actual effort and resource budget costs. Roman fills out timesheets for 3 weeks. He adds the effort on all his project tasks. Now we see the timesheets Ryan needs to approve. He selects Roman's timesheets and approves them. Ryan looks at the submitted timesheets against the project. Notice the remaining estimated hours for the brake design task. The hours do not reflect the time accrued. Only 36.5 of 200 hours have been recorded. Ryan will have to check who hasn't been turning in their timesheets. You have just learned 4 ways Ryan, the project manager, works with resource management in 3DEXPERIENCE. In our final video, we'll learn how to measure and report project status and summarize the values of the project management application in 3DEXPERIENCE.